It's been over 80 years since a major conflict has broken out in Europe. The result has left many with a deep sense of uncertainty. Nearly 70% of Americans surveyed by the American Psychological Association fear that we are at the beginning stages of World War III. The prospect of nuclear conflict, once unthinkable, is now a very real possibility. Today we're going to explore the unthinkable. How would the United States respond during a nuclear conflict? What's America's nuclear war plan? How many nuclear weapons are readily available to the president? Where are they? What are their targets? How many missiles would be launched? How many casualties could we expect after American bombs reach their destinations? What would the world look like going forward? And most importantly, could the United States win a global nuclear war? The United States operates under a nuclear triad, consisting of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, sea-based submarines armed with submarine-launched ballistic missiles, or SLBMs, and air-based strategic bombers, carrying gravity bombs and air-launched nuclear cruise missiles. Now let's take a look at each part of America's triad and its weapon delivery systems. The first and most well-known part of America's nuclear triad is its land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The U.S. has 400 LGM-30 Minuteman III ICBMs that are launched via silos.
Drinking warm water before bed reverses tooth and gum problems overnight. People are healing decay and
These 400 missiles have a range of over 6,000 miles and have near pinpoint accuracy. When launched, the three-stage Minuteman III travels at speeds of over 15,000 miles per hour, reaching its target in under 30 minutes. Each Minuteman III missile carries one warhead. 200 Minuteman III missiles are armed with a 335 kiloton W-87 Mark 21A warhead, while the other half are armed with a 300 kiloton W-78 Mark 12 warhead. Each warhead has around 40 times the destructive power of the bombs dropped on Japan in 1945. America's Minuteman III silos are based in 3 rural areas: the 90th Missile Wing at F.E. Warren Air Base in Colorado, Nebraska, and Wyoming, the 91st Missile Wing at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, and the 341st Missile Wing at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. Each wing has 3 squadrons, and each squadron has 50 Minuteman III silos. They're collectively controlled by 5 hardened underground control launch centers, each operated with 2 military officers around the clock at all times. In the event that launch command centers are destroyed in a surprise attack, or the military officers inhabiting the launch command control centers get cold feet, these missiles can and will be remotely launched from an airborne command center, carrying out orders from the president. As with all things, there are advantages and disadvantages of the silo-based Minuteman III. Its primary advantage is that these 400 missiles make the most responsive leg of the nuclear triad. America's land-based ICBM force has remained on continuous around-the-clock 24/7 alert since 1959. They can be quickly launched in less than 5 minutes. America's silo-based ICBMs offer a strategic advantage as well. Due to their remote launch capability, an effective nuclear attack against America's Minuteman III silos will require at least 400 warheads, or 1 bomb aimed at each silo, forcing the enemy to use and deplete a considerable amount of their nuclear arsenal. But this strategic advantage also highlights the Minuteman III's disadvantages. America's land-based Minuteman IIIs are inherently vulnerable, as their location is commonly known, and therefore silos can and will be easily targeted. As a result, in the event of a large-scale attack, the president would be put in a sticky situation. He or she would have to either use these 400 missiles or lose them, forcing a large-scale retaliatory attack in response to perceived incoming warheads targeting American silos. With enemy missiles already in flight, the leader of the free world would only have 15 minutes to decide. And once a missile is launched, there's no turning back. The second arm of America's nuclear triad is its air-based strategic bombers. The U.S. Air Force currently operates a fleet of 66 strategic bombers. America's strategic bombers are organized into 9 bomb squadrons and 5 bomb wings at 3 bases: Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, and Whitman Air Force Base in Missouri. There are 300 nuclear weapons currently deployed at strategic bomber bases in the U.S. An additional 100 tactical nuclear bombs are deployed at NATO air bases in Europe. America's bomber fleet consists of 46 B-52 Stratofortress bombers and 20 B-2 stealth bombers. The B-2 stealth bomber can carry up to 16 1,200 kiloton nuclear gravity bombs. Each gravity bomb contains a massive payload of 150 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The B-52 Stratofortress bomber is a long-range heavy bomber with the ability to travel up to 9,000 miles without refueling. The B-52 carries up to 20 AGM-86 subsonic air-launched cruise missiles. When launched, the AGM-86 missile can travel over 1,500 miles at speeds exceeding 555 miles per hour, using its independent guidance system to deliver a W-80 150 kiloton warhead to its target in less than 90 seconds. Each warhead contains around 20 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The primary advantage of using air-based strategic bombers is that they can be called back if necessary. Furthermore, subsonic air-launched nuclear cruise missiles are a lot harder to defend against. When launched, an enemy force would have to counterattack each missile individually, making defense costly and complicated. The small size also makes them difficult to detect on radar. The primary disadvantage of strategic bombers is their response time. They take a lot longer to get in the air, and if air bases aren't on high alert, or if planes aren't already in flight, there's a high probability of them being destroyed in an initial surprise attack. This is particularly true for bomber bases located in Europe. The last and most important part of America's nuclear triad are its nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. The U.S. Navy operates a fleet of 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines. Each submarine carries 20 Trident II submarine-launched ballistic missiles. The Trident II SLBM is the most destructive weapon in America's nuclear arsenal. Each missile is armed with either 4 or 5 475 kiloton W-88 warheads. In theory, each sub can launch its entire 20-missile payload virtually undetected in under 7 minutes.
Long hair goals, L-Vibe Dream Lengths, strengthens hair's length and helps seal split ends.
These are the matchups you circle on your calendar. Be there for one of the
Sub can launch its entire 20-missile payload virtually undetected in under 7 minutes. When launched, the 3-stage Trident II travels at speeds of over 18,000 miles per hour, has a range of over 7,500 miles, and typically reaches its target or targets in around 15 minutes. Each warhead is guided by a multiple independently targetable reentry vehicle, or MIRV, allowing a single Trident II missile to deliver up to 5 warheads to 5 separate targets. Just one Trident II missile alone, armed with 5 warheads, has 154 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Overall, the U.S. has around 70% of all of its warheads on submarines, and with good reason. There are numerous advantages of the ballistic missile submarine. For starters, they make up the most survivable leg of the nuclear triad. Ballistic missile submarines are virtually undetectable at sea. Their stealth design makes finding one an almost impossible task, giving pause to potential adversaries. With at least 10 submarines on constant patrol at all times, ballistic missile submarines assure that the U.S. can strike at any time, anywhere, even after a surprise attack. With each sub carrying an average of 100 warheads each, they have enough firepower to make just one submarine the 6th most powerful nuclear power in the world. In terms of disadvantages, there simply are none. When people imagine a nuclear war, the first thing that comes to mind is large cities like Los Angeles and Moscow being incinerated in a blaze of nuclear hellfire. While this would definitely be a likely outcome, the reality is that around 70% of the 1,800 nuclear warheads currently deployed by the United States aren't aimed at large cities, but instead at an enemy country's nuclear forces. To better understand this, we first need to take a look at America's current Strategic Nuclear War Plan, also known as the Single Integrated Operational Plan, or SIOP. First drawn up in 1950, the SIOP focused primarily on the Soviet Union. While today most of the weapons in the war plan still target Russia, other countries such as China, North Korea, India, and Pakistan are included as well. In this video, we'll take a look at a nuclear exchange with the only nuclear power comparable to the United States, the Russian Federation. This portion of America's nuclear war plan is called Major Attack Option 1. Major Attack Option 1 is the most demanding attack option available to the president. Should the Commander-in-Chief order Major Attack Option 1, the resulting attack would consist of over 1,000 warheads, targeting Russian nuclear forces, including ICBM silos, road mobile ICBMs, submarine bases, primary airfields, nuclear storage facilities, design and production complexes, critical command and control facilities, and civilian population centers. Now let's take a look at Major Attack Option 1, its Russian targets, the American nuclear weapons used, and the overall outcome of an American thermonuclear attack on Russia.
All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to get all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. I'd like to say double honors to my apostles, Great Millstone, and Rule Well. I'd like to say peace, salutation to the whole elect that's doing the work in truth, sincerity. All right, this is this is another lesson, man. It ain't gonna be long. So basically, I was just showing a video in Salakia for the misunderstanding on the video and the commercials and stuff like that. But yeah, the Lord is setting it up for the thermonuclear missiles to be shot on America, man. So it's going to basically be a thermonuclear world war. All right. So no further ado, it explained how these missiles going to be shot on these countries, man, especially mainly America, man. All right. Because America basically got the best. Well, yeah, they say they got the best nuclear defense system in the world, but somehow, some way, the Lord is going to basically block all that, man. All right, it's gonna hit America. All right, so it don't matter how best what the best thing Esau has. The Lord is he's gonna make a way that these missiles gonna hit America, man. Okay, and other countries gonna get hit too, but mainly America gonna be destroyed. All right, as a whole. All right. But I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna start at Isaiah 54:16. All right. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and the smith, the scientist, man, because the Lord put the spirit on the scientists to create these missiles and warheads, man. All right, for thermonuclear war. Okay." So the Lord controlled the scientists to create these missiles, to create these warheads. It says, "And that bring forth an instrument for his work. And I have created a waster to destroy." All right. Now, if you go to the word waster, all right. It goes back to the Hebrew word,
Strong's H, 7843, Shachath.
Go back to the Hebrew word shahath, right? It says, spoil, ruin, destroy. All right. Pervert, corrupt. Okay. Basically ruin. I could say, basically, a physical destruction, okay, of these thermonuclear missiles. Okay, it's going to be a physical destruction of these missiles. Okay, it's going to be a waster to destroy what? Destroy America, man. Okay. You say to destroy, corrupt, go to ruin, decay. So basically the waster is basically the Lord going to use the waster, all right, to decay, destroy, corrupt America, man. All right, it's going to ruin America physically. Okay. It says, "Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work." All right, an instrument for his work. All right, the Lord's work. So the Lord is going to control these missiles. All right, and the angels. You know what I'm saying? The angels. Yahweh Shema Shai, the angels going to control these missiles to hit America, man. Okay, and all the elements. All right, it's going to melt. All right, every element that you see on this earth is going to melt. All right, in America, it's going to melt. So I'm gonna go to 2 Peter 3:10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief of the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise." All right. So the heavens going to pass away with great noise. The great noise is the thermonuclear fire, man. All right. ICBM missiles. "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Now, elements means, you know, saying like the material life, everyday material life that you see, everything that resides is going to melt. Okay. Everything that resides right now, everything's going to melt with these thermonuclear missiles, man, according to prophecy. "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Fervent heat. All right. "The earth also and the works there are therein shall be burnt up." Because everything that's created, everything that was built up, you know what I'm saying? every building, every business, all right, everything that you see that was built up and created, you know what I'm saying, in societies that was built up, towns that was built up, everything's gonna be burnt up. Okay. Now I'm gonna look up fervent heat. All right. It's gonna be a tense heat. All right. Fervent heat.
Strong's G 2741. Kausao. Kausao.
Let's go back to the Greek word kasao, right? Fervent. It says to burn up, set fire to suffer with fervish burning, be parched with fever. Because this place going to be basically, you know what I'm saying, it's going to suffer with fervish burning. And then go to the elementary, burning up. All right. All right. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved." Because everything is going to basically evaporate. Okay. You know, it's going to, when these missiles hit, it's going to be like as a blink of an eye, man. You know, you in the spirit world. All right. And we pray that Yahweh Shema Shai save us from what's finna come. All right. It says, "What manner of persons ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?" All right. So us men of the Lord, we don't talk about worldly shit, you know, all the time. Okay. We may talk about it a little bit, but mainly our holy conversation is basically on this place getting destroyed, being delivered, getting up out of here. All right. Brotherly love, everything that's contrary to this world, you know, our conversation is based on righteous conversation, man. All right. It says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved," because everything that's built on this earth, that's built on this society, everything that's residing right now is going to be dissolved. "What manner of person ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?" And that's how we got to be in our everyday walk. Okay. Because the Lord is finna send these missiles on this place, man. That's the last, basically the last trump. Okay. It said, "Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai." That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the hastening, the coming of the day of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. We hasten the day every day, man. That this place get destroyed, that we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And put us in our land, man. All right, and live in righteousness, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Okay, so we're looking for that day. All right, the day of Yahweh Shema Shai, judgment, ultimate judgment. Okay. And the Lord, he's coming with fire, man. Okay. I'm gonna go to Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind." So the Lord, he's coming with fire as well. All right. When these thermonuclear missiles here, he's gonna come with his fire. All right. And the chariots, they're gonna be shooting laser beams, concentrated heat laser beams as well, man. Okay. All right, so they're gonna take part in this nuclear war as well, man. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shai will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury." All right, so the Lord is pissed. All right, the Lord is pissed at this wicked society, this wicked world that we are in, man. It says, "And he and his rebuke with flames of fire." That's how the Lord is gonna come. He's gonna come with rebukes of flames of fire, man. All right, he ain't finna come talking, man. All right, he says, it says, "For by fire, by his sword, will the Lord plead with all flesh." All right. So the Lord's going to plead with all flesh. All right. He's going to execute his final judgment on America, man, with thermonuclear missiles. That's why he's setting up, you know what I'm saying, the nuclear war. All right. He's setting up, these different countries. All right. To devise their plans to have that thermonuclear war. All right. It says, "For by fire, by his sword, would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." Okay, shall be many. Cause ain't no, hey man, when these missiles hit, ain't gonna be no human being left, man. All right, especially you 2/3, man. And ain't gonna be none left on America, man, on America's soil. All right. The Lord, hey man, he's going to send fire on the earth. Okay, it's going to be a short one right here. This is Luke 12. Favorite scripture. Luke 12 and 49. It says, "I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?" So basically, the Lord, hey man, the Lord going to come with more fire. And everything, when all hell breaking loose on this place, man, the Lord gonna come with more fire, man. Okay, I just want to bring that out because the Lord is basically gonna send fire on this place, man. All right, he's gonna cleanse, because fire basically is a cleansing agent, man. Everything needs to be burnt up. Right? Everything must go. All right, inside joke. All right, so I come to send fire on the earth, and what would I? If it be already kindled. What the Lord gonna be at when with all hell breaking loose? All right, when these thermonuclear missiles hit, the Lord's gonna be in the midst of that. He's gonna add more fire. He's gonna add more fuel to the flame, man. Okay. And and these nuclear warheads, man, it's gonna basically do the job, man. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go to Revelation 9 and 16. Start at 16. It says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000,000. And I heard the number of them." Translation, 200,000,000 means 200 million missiles, man. Warheads. All right. Because not mistaken, every single warhead weighs about 750 kilograms. Every warhead weighs, they say, what does a warhead weighs? 1,650 pounds. But, I don't know the actual number, but it says in Google, it says it weighs 750 kilograms, a warhead, 1,650 pounds, every single warhead. It says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen who were 200,000,000, and I heard the number of them." This is John the Revelator speaking. All right, because he's seen a vision of these missiles hitting America. "And thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were the heads of lions. All right. He described these missiles as lions, man, because you know what a lion do? It roars, man. It roars. All right. You know, when these thermonuclear missiles hit, it's going to make loud roar sounds, man. All right. Like a lion. It says, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. And this is how these missiles going to come. How these missiles going to be basically shot on America, man, aka Babylon. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire. Well, third part of men, that's Esau, man. All right, represents Esau, so-called white man. All right, that's the third part of men. By the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issue out their mouths. Okay. It says, for the power is in their mouth and in their tails. All right. For their tails were like unto the serpent. Because, you know, in the back of the missile, it's a tail, look like a serpent's tail. And that's how John the Revelator describing, all right, describing how these thermonuclear missiles look like, ICBMs. I say, for their tails was like unto serpents, and the heads, and with them they do hurt. All right, because you know when a serpent bites you, man, you know it hurt. Okay, that's how these missiles gonna do hurt. It's gonna burn you. All right, the fervent heat, everything's gonna be dissolved, man. All right. I'm gonna go to this last scripture. I'm gonna close out. This is Psalms 11:6. It says, but unto the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. All right, whose cup? Esau's cup, man. Because all the wicked shit that he did on this earth, you know, all the wicked shit that he did to Israel. All right, you know that the thermonuclear missiles, you know, the fire and brimstone. All right, the 200 million missiles going to be his snare. Oh, Slakia. Read this again. Psalms 11:6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. This is their portion of their cup, Esau's cup, man. All right. It say, for the righteous Lord loveth righteousness, his countenance doth behold upright. So, hey, man, this going to be the ultimate justice for Israel, man. All right. Because, you know, Israel don't, you know, Jake, ain't no justice for Jake on this wicked soil, America, man. The ultimate justice is going to be Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's the only way we're going to get justice. You know, but 2/3 got to go, man, because they don't want to come back to this truth, man. Okay. Because, you know, Jake want to plead for justice and all that stuff, and they don't get justice. But the main justice is Yahweh Shai, man. That's how you're gonna come with the fire. That's he gonna execute judgment. He's gonna execute justice. All right. So with that, I hope y'all was edified, man. I hope this lesson was edified. All right. Until then, you know, I give all praise to Yahweh Shai. Till next time, shalom.